Welcome to a special edition of the Dre Way. And I'm Drayton Nay, your host. I'm glad you're here. Look, we have a lot to talk about. I felt it was important enough to get this to you. So just understand, right here at the Dre Way, I don't know if it's your first time here or not, but you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. So let's get started. Let's get going. We got a good show. I know. It's an extra one, but this is worth it. I promise. Let's go. Welcome to the Dre Way. Look, I'm really glad you're here. What we have to talk about is right now, across the country, people are just not able to make payments. And I'm talking about payments for anything. They can't make their payments on their mortgage. They can't make their payments on their car. They can't make their payments on their credit cards. It's all starting to fall apart. And the most frustrating thing is that day after day, people are expressing that they're suffering. People are saying, and I want you to understand what this all comes from. This comes from the people at the top taking too much. I want everyone to understand that a lot of this problem is just the rich taking too much. You got the Waltons, the four Walton family, the children. They're all worth over $100 billion. They all have more money than they could ever humanly know what to do with. But it's just the driving of the stock market. We got to drive the stock. The stock has to go higher. If the stock goes higher, we have more money. Higher stock, lower wages, higher stock. And it's literally destroying America. We literally have these CEOs that don't care about anything except driving the stock price. It's all about driving the stock price higher. So, the investors are happy, and us at the top, we get huge bonuses, and the money just keeps being shoved up to the top. But the problem is then, you have done this to the demise of the middle class, to the middle and lower class. I mean, they simply can't pay enough anymore. They can't buy the gas to get to work. They can't run an automobile. They can't pay the insurance. Do you know how many millions of people don't have car insurance? I know they're supposed to have it by law. I can tell you right now, millions across the country are not paying that bill. They simply don't have the money. And you got people that are literally now, they can't make a rent payment, rent over $2,000. They're living in their cars. And what happens when these people can't pay their car payment? Then what? Then where do they go? Then what do they do? Payments. America has lived on payments forever. People can't do it anymore. It's over. It's literally over. We're at the end. People have worked their second job, their boyfriend or husband or whatever, he's working his second job, and it's still not coming out with enough money. They're working all the hours they can. They're working all the jobs that they can. They're doing everything they can. And they simply don't have enough money to live and to eat. This is what America has turned into. This is supposed to be the land of great promise, the land of your dreams and hopes. But increasingly, it is not. People today can't, they're graduating college, they can't get a job. They have this wonderful degree, can't use it, can't get a job. You have people that have been laid off in the tech industry that have been with the tech company 10, 15 years. They can't get a job. There's no jobs. And in Washington, they're not talking about, wait a minute, people can't get to work. People can't get jobs. They're not talking about that. They're talking about, well, isn't it safe in Washington, D.C.? Of course it is, you idiot. You have a military occupation going on. You stick a military anywhere and, oh, it's going to be safe suddenly. No shit. But literally, I see people go, oh, look how safe it is in D.C. now. What? Are you tone deaf? People can't pay their bills. They can't keep the electric on. They can't keep a roof over their head. They can't eat. Parents are now deciding how to feed their children. Feeding them, they have no idea. They just want to feed their children. But it's getting harder and harder and harder, and people are starting to give up. They don't know where to turn to anymore. They're literally, and I'm talking about, there's an article, I just read the article, and the reason I decided to even do this show was because people with good credit, are now saying, I can't pay these credit card bills. I can't pay them. I don't have the money. And they're starting to default. That's a huge, oh my gosh, you know, when you're talking about credit scores, 740, 780, 800, and they go, I can't pay my credit card bills. That's a huge problem. I can't tell you how many cars right now are being repossessed. The numbers are growing and growing each month, higher and higher and higher. You go to the auto auctions, there's autos as far as the eye can see that have been repossessed. You got people that are digging into their IRA retirements. I can't tell you how many people I know call me up and say, hey, Drayton, how can I get my IRA money? What do I have to do? What do I have to claim? What do I have to? And I'm like, you sure I have to? I got no choice or we don't eat. I have to dip into my IRA or we don't eat. That's how dire it is getting. And it's not, what is the remedy? The biggest concern that I have is that Washington's not even discussing this. Donald Trump sat there for how many hours today on his rump talking about just pure nonsense and didn't address the fact that across the country, people are suffering. I don't care if you're in a red state. I don't care if you're in a blue state. They're suffering. Sure, the rich is doing just fine. We know that. Oh, the rich, they don't have a concern. But right now, I'm talking about the average American right now. The average American is suffering. They can't pay their bills. They don't have any money. They don't have any money. Think about how discouraging that is that, here you are working yourself to the bone and you don't have any money. What are we going to do? What is the solution? Well, I can tell you right now what the solution isn't. The solution is not saying nothing and not addressing it at all. Not doing anything and not addressing the situation like they're doing in Washington right now. Republicans aren't even speaking. They're not saying a word about all the suffering going on across the country. They think they can ignore it. I'm going to tell you right now, you won't be ignoring it next year in the midterms. Because Republicans are going to get wiped out because they're not addressing the problem. And the problem is getting worse every single day. Let me know what you think. Payments. Are you making all your payments or are you struggling too? Let me know in the comments. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with the Dre Way. The part 2 coming up. Stay right there. It really doesn't matter to me whether you like Gavin Newsom or not. I'm supporting Gavin Newsom because he's in the fight right now. He's the guy. He looks like the president. He's going to act like the president. He's going to make me proud to have him across the world and meeting leaders. I will trust his judgment. Is he going to be perfect? Don't need to be perfect. You just got to be better than that old slob that's in there now. And I'm very confident he's going to be that. And that's what we have to kind of start hanging our hat on. And he's taken the fight to him right now. He's taken the fight to him at this very minute. And that's the part that I absolutely love. Because it's time. It's time because, I mean, we have to start getting behind someone and saying, let's go. Because it's getting bad out there. It's getting really, really, really bad. And I can see it in the way people are talking, interacting. When you go out, oh my gosh. Have you been to a restaurant lately? Restaurants are empty, especially here in Vegas. Restaurants are empty. The streets are nowhere near as occupied as normal. The traffic, what traffic? Vegas is about to take a huge hit. And already they're taking a massive hit in Florida. I mean, the crash that we're starting to see unfold, you know, they're talking about all these real estate agents are talking about people are just pulling their house off the listing. They're not getting any traction at all. They're not getting anybody to walk, nobody. So they're pulling the listings, you know, because some people are going, oh, look, the listings are, you know, it's not as high as last month. It's going down. That's because people have surrendered and given up, especially in Florida and Texas. Oh, yeah, they've given up. And wait till you see the numbers for the next 5 months here in Vegas. They're going to be anemic. They're going to be horrible because no one's buying here in Vegas right now. Oh, so what you're about to see happen here in Vegas over the next 6 months isn't going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty darn right ugly. And they're going to depend on the springtime to bounce them back up. I don't think there's going to be a bounce. Not much of a bounce at all. I think Vegas is in big trouble because this administration is not talking about jobs. Jobs, 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 jobs. That's the only thing. That is the only thing that has been keeping this propped up for the last 8 months is that jobs haven't gone away. Not in huge numbers, but it's starting to. Those numbers are starting to have an effect because people can't get back into the job market. There's just no jobs to be had. And for all the talk that Donald Trump has been doing, where are the jobs? Somebody please ask the president, where's the jobs? Mr. President, where's the jobs? I know we want the Epstein files. I understand that. But someone needs to start asking the man, where are all the jobs? We need 150, 200,000 jobs every single month, Mr. President. Where are they? Where are they, Mr. President? Because you're not holding up that stick at all. And Mr. President, what's your plan for more jobs? What's your plan? Because it seems like corporations are doing nothing but cutting back, cutting back, cutting back, cutting back. So tell us, Mr. President, what's your plan to add jobs? He doesn't have one. He doesn't have a plan. He's got zero. That the whole Republican Party, I'm sorry, if they had a plan, it would be in the House. It would be in the Senate. They have no plans for anything. Nothing. And that's the worst part about this whole thing. I want you to understand, there's nobody in the tower. There's nobody up there. At least nobody up there with a plan that knows what they're doing. And how would you like to be a quarterback in a huddle with no play? Because that's where we're at right now. We have a quarterback, we have a huddle, we just got no play. So nobody knows what to do. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm glad you guys are here. Don't leave me. Part 3 to the Dre Way. Coming up next. I don't want you to say I didn't say this. I don't want you to say, well, Dre, you talked about stocks, but you really didn't talk about gold. I have said from the get-go, buy gold, buy gold, buy gold, buy gold. Especially right now with what's going on in the economy. Please buy gold. Please buy it. I'm telling you, as an investment, gold is only going to go higher. It's only going to go higher because this administration isn't doing anything. It's not doing anything to curb inflation. In fact, what they want to do is they're forcing the Fed to lower interest rates, and that's only going to feed higher inflation. And with higher inflation, what goes up? Gold keeps going up, 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 up. And I can remember very specifically telling you, very specifically saying, hey, you know, Donald Trump is going to be president. Donald Trump is going to be in office. And when Donald Trump is in office, let me tell you right now, let me tell you exactly what's going to happen. What did I say? Gold's going to go up. And it's going to keep going up. And it's going to keep going up because this man isn't going to control inflation. He doesn't care. He thinks the answer is lower interest rates, and lower interest rates automatically correct everything. But yeah, the problem's bigger than that. The problem is much bigger than that. The problem that we have right now is, and I'm going to keep saying it, is jobs, jobs, jobs. And if we don't do something about the jobs, and I don't even know what you could do at this point because his tariffs have kind of ruined everything. His tariffs have kind of just made things extremely difficult. So, look, one thing I know for sure is that with the inflation that we're going to have over the next year to 2 years.
Are you a TikToker, sir?
Yes, I am.
Oh, what's your TikTok?
Drayton Nay.
What is it?
Are you an economist?
Drayton Nay. Draytonnay. That's me. Draytonnay.
Damn, you famous. Damn.
I have a few followers, don't I?
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
man.
see the motion, bro.
All right, man. Here, give me some rock. There you go. Thanks, guys. So like I was saying, you know, inflation's going to keep going higher. Get invested in gold. Don't forget to get your stash account. You know I'm going to keep talking about that. So between gold and stash, you're going to be okay. Don't forget, there's a new Dre Way every single day. Don't forget to join me again tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on this show. I just thought it was important to get it out. And yes, the sun is beating my face to death. Thanks for joining me on the Dre Way. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.
Watch this. I can do it. Let's go!
No, good. He does it better. Much better.